What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Tonight I wanted to take a look at a few different pieces of content that were sent to me by a couple different Twitter users. We will be sure to highlight throughout the process of this video, but what I think is interesting about these three different videos we're going to look at tonight, there's three of them, is it's kind of the intersection of a lot of different issues we talk about on this channel. So there's female vanity, there's quarantine under COVID-19, OnlyFans, porn and social degeneracy, like those kind of things, like the debate that I uploaded last night. It's a lot of it's a combination of a lot of different issues. So you have social, like I said, social degeneracy, you have coronavirus quarantine, you have female vanity thinking they're entitled to things, basically the state of the modern woman. So you have the state of the modern woman who's, you know, through the process of welfare and things like Tinder, and then you add on another layer of quarantine on top of that. It's like it's a recipe for disaster, as we will see shortly. But like I said, last night I uploaded a new debate with myself, Ruby Spacek. Thank you for having me on. Charles Robertson, G-Link, a few people. We were talking about the downside of OnlyFans. Ruby was against us, but we're going to kind of touch on that tonight. Um, the OnlyFans thing is interesting because it incentivizes degeneracy, and we'll get a really good microcosm of that, a very good snapshot of that in one of the videos we're going to look at. But there's three different videos, and it should be a pretty laid back video tonight. Again, I hate that I always say this. Don't know how long this video will go. I could look up at the end of it and it might be 50 minutes, might be 20. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. But we'll jump right in. Let's go to Twitter and YouTube. All right. First video. This one was sent to me by Armenian Groiper. This guy, he puts out a lot of good content. I like this guy. Um, yeah, he has a very good Twitter account. He uploads good stuff. He's very optical. I like the things he has to say. So we're gonna jump into the video that he uploaded. This is a so the pretext of this video is this girl's in she's like an OnlyFans girl, and I feel like I don't need to like preface it at all, but like OnlyFans is a site that makes that where you basically upload anywhere between casual pornography and like raunchy pornography for a small fee of, I don't even know, like $5 to $10 a month. So basically it incentivizes women who would otherwise maybe be working a normal retail job or like I don't know, whatever women used to work, like a waitress job or whatever. It incentivizes them to just do porn on the side, and that's the appeal of it. Like, oh, you can just do porn on the side for $10 a month and you'll make tens of thousands of dollars and people will watch you, and you'll never, no one will ever know. This is the downside of it. So that's kind of what we're looking at, and this is what I was getting at in the debate that I was doing with Ruby Spacek the other night, is there's an unseen side of this. It's like very much the libertarian mindset of like the seen versus the unseen. So you have the seen part where this girl used to be making, I don't know. I don't find her that attractive, but she was probably making in the range of $10,000 a year, 10,000 a month, who knows? But the point is that there's an unseen part once that thing gets taken away, and that's the side that we see here, where we see the display that we see here. So yeah, so this girl is an OnlyFans girl. She makes money from her body, nothing else, not her intellect, not off of being a great mother. No, she makes money off of the very fake display that she puts on. Like, not much about from here. If you can look at the cursor, well, here we'll do this. From here, where the cursor is, to here, there's not much authentic there. This is a person that has been this is like a fake person basically. Like it's not, her mind is there. She has a brain, whatever's left of it, but this is not a real person. So we're going to listen to what she has to say and the meltdown that she's having um, over losing OnlyFans subscribers, her main source of income throughout quarantine. And she's Australian, so you're going to have to bear with her accent. If any Aussies in the chat can help me decipher what she's sputtering here, but she's Australian and she's losing money because of quarantine.
Like difficult to talk about it because it's so humiliating and stuff. But like everyone on TV is always just like talking about,
I can't hear.
like everyone's lost their friends. Like difficult to talk about it because it's so humiliating and stuff. But like everyone on TV is always just like talking about.
So again, and I'm sorry, we'll start it over, but it's like the Gabby Katharina thing. One of my first few videos, we looked at Gabby Katharina, the TikTok girl. And I said in that video, and I was right, and a lot of people pointed out that I was right. Always be suspicious of people, especially women, because women are like 95% the perpetrators of this. Always be suspicious of people who cry on camera. She has on mascara. If you're going to cry on camera, why are you wearing mascara? And why is it not, well, it's running a little bit, but it's very performative. It's very like, you know, evoking it, using emotion to evoke or to gather resources from men. It's like, you know, it is what it is, but here's where she goes. Here we go.
Like difficult to talk about it because it's so humiliating and stuff. But like everyone on TV is always just like talking about, like everyone's lost their jobs and like people can't pay for anything anymore.
People can't pay
Like
for anything
I'm
anymore.
losing subscribers on OnlyFans. Like that's my main source of income. Like I can't.
She just said right there, I'm losing subscribers on OnlyFans. That's my main source of income. Yeah, you are losing subscribers on OnlyFans because things are getting tough out there for a lot of people and they don't have the money to spend on your degeneracy. They don't have the $10 a month anymore to spend on whatever you do on camera, whatever weird stuff you do. They have to worry about putting food on the table. And we'll get into it, but maybe you should have thought about that before you made that your career venture. OnlyFans. Imagine being this person.
Can't pay my rent anymore.
I can't pay my
I
rent
can't like
anymore.
work and even if I was to go back to work, like what am I supposed to do? Like go work at a strip club, which they're all closed down as well.
So that's another point, and this actually ties into the next video we're going to look at. She says, even if I could go back to work, what am I supposed to do? Go work at the strip club? This is someone who is not prepared. This is someone who has not prepared for any aspect of their life outside of just being attractive. Beware of these kind of girls, guys. Beware of these kind of girls where their entire life is set up for them just being attractive for a living. In the past, that could have worked if they attached themselves to a wealthy man. Here's the thing, with someone like this, she's attractive. I mean, I don't find her attractive with all the makeup and the fake eyebrows and the fake lips and the fake boobs. I don't find that attractive, but like if she hadn't done these like very aesthetic things, these fake aesthetic things, she could have been like an attractive woman, right? In the past, women would have had to had partnered with a successful man, a man who had resources, and he could have provided for her, and she would have had her run of the house, basically. Like it would have been his house, but they would have shared resources. Now, with the advent of feminism and post-female empowerment, now she's empowered to do what? OnlyFans, porn. And what happens when there's a financial downturn? This.
They're all closed. Like all the strip clubs are closed. Like you can't even be fucking close to somebody because of social distancing. So I've got nothing else going for me. Like I have no other talent. Like I've got nothing.
She said, I have nothing else going for me. I have no other talents. Well, you should have participated in the traditional family structure and then maybe you would have had a man that could provide resources for you.
else. I can't dance, I can't sing, I
Same.
can't do anything. So
It's,
like, I don't understand. Like, what am I supposed to do?
these people are
I
unwell.
really just don't know what to do. I just want everything to go back to normal so people can keep subscribing to my
Hold on, listen to
OnlyFans.
this.
Really difficult to talk. I really just don't know what to do.
This
I just
part.
want everything to go back to normal so people can keep subscribing to my OnlyFans. Really difficult to talk about
So
because
she
it's
just
so
said right there at
humiliating.
the end, that's probably the most important part of this video. She says, and I'll tell you why this is important. She says, I just want everything to go back to normal so people can start subscribing to my OnlyFans again. Well, we can run it back. We'll do this. Listen to this. This is the most important part of the video.
I really just don't know what to do. I just want everything to go back to normal so people can keep subscribing to my OnlyFans.
Yeah, literally verbatim. I thought I had like ad-libbed it there a little bit. No, she said, I want everything to go back to normal so people can start subscribing to my OnlyFans again. That is so important, and this really highlights the quarantine issue. What the left tries to do is they try to say, you only, so if you're watching this video, you're probably on the right, I'll assume. What the left tries to do is they say, you people on the right only want things to go back to normal so you can sustain the economy and get GDP back to where it needs to be. But really, what she said is what the truth is. They want things to go back to normal so they can continue their degeneracy. And I'll give a quick example. I was talking about this with my uncle the other night. I saw a girl on Twitter, and I'm not going to dox her. I wanted to pull up her tweet and like dox her and be like, this girl, but no, I'm not going to do that. Maybe she's come a long way since this tweet last week. Big doubt. But her tweet last week said, what did she say? She said, I wish you guys would just obey the quarantine orders so my friends and I can go back to the club and throw ass again. Sounds crazy. She said, so we can go back and throw ass. Now, if you don't know what that means, if you're a boomer or if you're super young, what she's saying is like she wants to be able to throw her rear at the club again and dance. She's saying, listen to whatever the government says, obey whatever lockdown orders they prescribe, listen to what Bill Gates says, listen to what Anthony Fauci says, listen to what Dr. Burke says, do whatever they say so I can go continue my degeneracy at some point. That's what this girl just said. She said, I wish everything could go back to normal so I can continue my degeneracy on OnlyFans. This is a person that's brainwashed. They will do whatever the government says so they can continue doing whatever they do on camera. The state of modernity. I feel like this video is already going along, so I'll jump into the next clip. I like this next clip. This one's my favorite one. I love this guy. This guy's a king. Guys, emulate this man.
Talk to me about what? Like, I don't know what it is that you want to talk.
So we'll look at and I think it's a little sad that this person is using laughing emojis around this video because this is a serious video. When in a microcosm, it's like, this is funny. They're breaking up because of an OnlyFans, but this is a snapshot of society. Now it's a black couple, and this probably is not representative of like the traditional nuclear family or the traditional marriage structure. We all know yeah, anyway. But this is a snapshot of what's happening out there. So listen to this. This is only 18 seconds, but you can glean a lot from this.
What you mean? Talk to me about what? Like, I don't know what it is that you want to talk about. Please, just go to the house. You broke up with me. Because you made an OnlyFans account and I told you not to. Okay, are you gonna pay my bills? Bro, what are you talking about? Get out, bro, get out of here, really? Bro. You gonna push me? Bro, go home. Bro, get your ass out of here.
God, could you imagine? So now I'll do a little commentary on it. I hope you heard all of it. Basically, what's happening here is that he broke up with her because she started an OnlyFans account after he said, "Don't do it. I don't want you to do it." Like, I respect you. Like, this is a masculine point of view. This guy is an alpha male. This guy is red pilled. This guy has told his girl, I do not want you to start an OnlyFans because I respect you. And I don't know what his logic was behind it, but he did not want his girlfriend, the woman he loves, to be viewed by millions, hundreds of, I don't know how many, hundreds, tens of thousands of men for $10 a month. And this is the result. He tells her no. She says, I'm going to do it anyway. He finds out.
Talk to you, what you mean? Talk to me about what? Like, I don't know what it is that you want to talk about. Please, just go to the house. You broke up with me.
And the cool thing about this guy, I think the thing I like about this guy is that I see myself in him a little bit there because he does try to stay calm. He says, like, talk to me about what? Just leave. Like, I've said my piece. Look at the body language here. She's leaning in, not him. He's trying to play. You can see the illuminated controller in his hand. He's trying to game. He's like, basically what I think the dynamic is here is he just broke up with her on a whim, and she freaks out, shocked that her disrespect of him would result in him breaking up with her. It's like, dude, or not dude, girl, what do you expect? You sold your body for $10 a month. Any man with self-respect would end it. And he did, and I respect this guy for it.
You made an OnlyFans account.
Look at that. Like, he's serious. He's like, what are you talking about? I told you what my problem was. And the most telling part of the video, here we go. This is the female vanity that I was talking about earlier. You ready?
I told you not to fans account, and I told you not to. Okay, are you gonna pay my bills? What are you talking about?
Bruh. She said, okay, are you gonna pay my bills? Are you gonna pay my bills? Think about the level of entitlement that you would have to have thinking that you're owed a relationship with someone who you lied to, disrespected, while selling your body online for $10 a month. And your logic is, well, you're not paying my car note, my rent, my electricity, my car insurance, my phone. So therefore, because you're not paying for everything that I'm demanding you pay for, I can totally lie to you. I can totally, I can stomp on our relationship. That that is not female vanity because like a good woman doesn't act like this, but modern female vanity. Do you see what I'm saying? Like this is a very modern thing. Like in 1850, 1900, 1950, frankly, not 1970, 1980, women weren't even acting like this. This is such a new phenomenon of like, if you're not paying for my bills, then I have the right to do porn. And if you object, then I get to act like this. She pushes him and she throws his stuff. Who knows what she broke there too? Think about that. Like how much money and damage did she just cause to his stuff? Like we don't even know what she threw. She just like knocked things off. Disgusting behavior. That's just gross. That's not even a racial thing. That is a very specific thing that's happening like with gender relations right now. Like you as my boyfriend are not comfortable with me selling my body for $10 a month on OnlyFans or wherever. Therefore, I can break your things and get mad at you for objecting to it and breaking up with me. That is. And then this one is just kind of a one-off. This one is like, I don't know what to think about this one. I know what to think about it, but I don't know what the cause of this is. This is interesting because this isn't quarantine related at all. This isn't necessarily related to COVID but this is kind of one of those like the absolute state of the modern female memes. It's like, so like initially we'll just do a quick physiognomy check. Blonde girl, she looks relatively young. She's probably like 17 or 18. She hasn't totally fleshed out her beliefs yet. I think she looks young. She doesn't even look in her 20s. So her visceral reaction to what we're about to look at kind of tells me that she's been brainwashed. like into believing what she's saying here. I think these reactions that she gives here are very much a symptom of like watching a little too much like Modern Family or like any of these like degenerate shows. Like she was taught that seeing a pro-life sign is like a sign that someone is like racist. Like so so here's the tweet. TikTok, and I like this tweet a lot. This is Josh L.E. Cash. He says TikTok is psychological warfare on the youth. This girl is crying about seeing a pro-life ad. Says her whole life is pain and wishes she wouldn't have been born, wishes she would have been aborted. Who is raising these kids? Fair point. Fair point. That is a fair point. I don't know that TikTok is necessarily psychological warfare. I would more say that social media as a whole and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. All right. So this girl so again we have the girl. What? Lil Su Oh, shoot. I think I actually know that TikTok user. That would be crazy. Damn. Anyone from Dallas knows what Lil Susie Vert. What? Okay. Side point. Um, so this girl is crying, and again, it ties back into the meme of like, don't trust people who cry on camera. This girl is no exception. The only thing I will say for this girl is that there's no mascara, and that her eyes, when we watch it, they do seem a little glossy, so it does seem she's genuinely crying. But that's even scarier. If a pro-life sign leads you to genuinely cry, you're brainwashed beyond the point that you can't even think straight. You're not even capable of rational thought. You can't even entertain ideas without crying. You know, I could see it. And I entertain this thought a lot. It's kind of an interesting one to do, especially if you're a minority. I entertain the thought a lot of like if I were to see a swastika flag in a front yard or like an anti-minority sign or any kind of certain flags or certain types of ideology. If I was to see that, I wouldn't cry. I would be like, damn, that's messed up, but let's get out of this area. I don't like, well, that guy seems a little bit off. But I wouldn't have this reaction. And, you know, as if she's crying about something that's immoral. Like there's nothing immoral about pro-life messaging. She's crying for her degeneracy to be continued. So let's watch this. This is a girl's reaction to seeing a pro-life sign.
To people that are pro-life. I fucking hate you. Why can't women have abortions? I just saw a fucking pro-life sign driving down the fucking road having a mental breakdown. And I was trying to say, oh, you people are you're so fucking stupid. Ah!
Okay. So she does have real tears. That's interesting. I didn't even notice that till I watched this. So she's really crying here. This is someone's real reaction to seeing a pro-life banner. Seethe, leftist. Seethe, roasty leftist. Seethe more, please. Cry more for me, please.
I what? I could feel pain before I was born. It's a baby. Bitch, I was born and I can feel pain. I wish I wasn't fucking born. Stop bringing these fucking kids into horrible fucking homes just because you're pro-birth. You're fucking stupid. And I wish I had been fucking aborted. Oh my god.
Ew.
Fuck off. Should people...
It doesn't even get interesting until like this point because she starts to make claims. She starts to say things like, I wish I had been aborted. Stop bringing kids into this world. Actually, you know what? When I think, this is off the top of my dome here, but this is probably the victim of some kind of like physical or sexual abuse. When I really think about it, anyone who hates their existence this much, something bad happened to this girl at some point. Don't know her story, but Something bad happened because she says, I wish I hadn't been born. So negative experiences tend to lead to like self-hatred and like, "Ah, I don't even belong here unless you like actually cope with the things that happen." None of that happened with this girl. So whatever bad thing happened to her happened. And then she went into like college and like got indoctrinated with like anti-whiteness and like self-hatred. And now she's crying over pro-life signs. So it's actually, you know, it doesn't take it doesn't take a psychology degree. It doesn't take a sociology degree to see like where the disconnect is. You can watch my videos. Do I seem like a maladjusted person? No. I'm a guy who had a good upbringing and I have a good family. People like this are the ones that are crying when they see a sign, when they see a front yard sign. Like really think about that. Who do you know who cries over signs? The people who are watching this video are on the right, of course. It's just a faction of which part of the right you're on. But no one who's watching this video would cry if they were to see a pro-abortion sign. No one on our side is like that. We're well adjusted. We would debate with them. We'd be like, hey, you're advocating for murder. That's immoral. You're going to have to repent for your sins at some point. But there's no crying here. We're fine. These are the people that are going to determine our future.
This sign says, I what? I can feel pain before I was born. It's a baby. Bitch, I was born and I can feel pain. I wish I wasn't fucking born. Stop bringing these fucking kids into horrible fucking homes just because you're pro-birth. You're fucking stupid. And I wish I had been fucking aborted. Oh my god.
I feel bad for that girl.
Fuck off.
I feel bad. I do kind of feel bad there. Only part of me, though. Those people are kind of in the group where I'm like, you get what you deserve. That person will not end up being happy. They're going to end up just like passed out at bars, face down, like just very gross lifestyle. So, yeah, those people kind of get what they deserve. But I think America first will prevail. I think our stance is actually gaining a little bit of credibility, especially with like people like Michelle Malkin, President Trump, and I may do a video on this like tomorrow or something. But Trump retweeted one of the America First clip channels, which was awesome. So I think our ideas are kind of becoming mainstream, and I think a lot of people on the right are starting to be like, hey, maybe we need to actively push back against the degeneracy and stop saying like, oh, well, let's just stop it here and well, no, if we just went back to 2010, it would be fine. No, no, no. We need to return to tradition very clearly. Um, so yeah, we're at 28 minutes. I think that's about it. I think those were the only clips I wanted to take a look at tonight. But um, yeah, yeah, the state of the modern woman in quarantine. Not that all these three are necessarily tied together, but you add in the perfect concoction of like quarantine, modern female vanity, and degeneracy, and you just get this perfect like storm of the three videos I just showed you. Hopefully it makes sense. If it doesn't, leave it in the comments. But yeah, guys, you guys have a good night. I will talk to you tomorrow. May do a video tomorrow about Biden and his if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, Jack. Oh, Biden. All right. Y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.